God bless you, dear students. This is your English lesson, unit number 2, War and Peace. Today I am going to share a Christmas story. Objectives of this lesson I have written for you. You can see, students. The following text which I am going to share is from a Christmas story. The storyteller has bought an old roll top desk in the junk shop. It is in a very bad condition, and as he starts to renovate it, he finds a secret drawer, dorming closet with a small tin box inside. Attached to the lid is a handwritten note. Jim's last letter received January 25th, 1915, to be buried with me when the time comes. The storyteller opens the box and finds and reads the letter inside, which is printed for you here. Although Michael's story is fiction, it is based on the fact that British and German soldiers, enemies in the First World War, which lasted from August 1914 until November 1918, did celebrate Christmas together in no man's land on Christmas Day. 25th December 1914, the famous news magazine of the time, the Illustrated London News, printed a now famous artist's impression of celebration in January 1915. You can see German army and the Britain, and there is a white flag. It is a symbol of peace, not war. Students, you can see the soldiers, those were fighting at that time, and you can see that how they are enjoying the Christmas day and celebrating the Christmas. And they played a football match also, both the armies, German and Britain armies. In 1914, they fought German and Britain. You can see how they are excited and they are showing joy and happiness, and they shared the food also, and they played the games. And on that day there was no blast anywhere else, and no woman became widow, and the child orphan. Students, you can see that how they are enjoying and celebrating the Christmas day. After that, I am going to share a Christmas story. A Christmas story. This is a letter. Dearest Connie, I write to you in much happier frame of mind because something wonderful has just happened that I must tell you about at once. We were all standing in our trenches, where the soldiers stand and fight there. Yesterday morning, Christmas morning, was crisp and quite all about as beautiful a morning as I ever seen, as cold and frosty as a Christmas morning should be. That night was really amazing, and Christmas night was there. I should like to be able to tell you that we belong it, but the truth I am ashamed to say is that first began it. First, someone saw a white flag waving from the trenches opposite the Christmas storming. When we had got over the surprise, some of us shouted back, "Sam, to you, Fritz, same to you." I thought that would be a that. We all did, but then waving a white flag, "Don't shoot, lads, boys," someone shouted, and no one did. Then there was another Fritz up on the parapet, another "Keep your heads down." I told man, it is a trick, but it wasn't. One of the German was waving something above his head. It's Christmas Day, Tommy. We have food. We have tin meat. We meet you. Yes. By this time there were dozens of them walking towards us across no man's land, and not a rifle between them. Little Private Morris was the first up. "Come on, boys, what are we walking for?" And then there was no stopping them. I was officer. I should have stopped them there and then, I suppose, but the truth is that it never even occurred to me I should. All along their line and our course meeting in the middle, and I was one of them. I was part of this. In the middle of the war, we were making peace. You can't imagine, dearest Connie, my feelings as I looked into the eyes of the first officer who posed me, hand outstretched, Hans Wolf. He said, gripping my hand warmly and holding it, I am from Dusseldorf. I play the cello in the orchestra. Happy Christmas, Captain Jim Macpherson. I replied, Happy Christmas to you too. I am school teacher from the Doris in the west of England. Ah, Doris, smile. I know this place. We shared my rations and is excellent in meat, and we talk only how we talk. He spoke almost perfect English, but it turned out that he had never set foot in Doris, never even been to England. He had learned all he knew of England from school and from reading books in English. His favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. His favorite book was Far from the Madding Crowd. He saw out in no means land was talked to of Bathsheba and Gabriel Oak and Sargent and Dorset. He had a wife and one son, born just 6 months ago. As I looked about me, there were huddles of hockey and grey everywhere. All over no man's land, smoking, laughing, talking, drinking, eating. Hans Wolf and I shared what was left of your wonderful Christmas cake. Connie, we agreed about everything, and he was my enemy. There was never Christmas party like it. Connie. Then someone I don't know who brought out a football. Great coat were dumped in piles to make goalposts, and the next thing we knew, it was Tommy's against Fritz out in the middle of no man's land. Hans Wolf and I looked on and cheered, clapping our hands and stamping our feet to keep out the cold as much as anything. There was a moment when I noticed our breaths mingling in the air between us. He saw it too and smiled. Jim Macpherson, he said after a while, I think this is how we should resolve this war, a football match. As I have shown you the picture that they were playing the football match. No, why become widows, and I would prefer cricket. I told him. Then we Tommies could be sure of winning. Probably we laughed at that, and together we watched the game. Sad to say, Connie, Fritz won 2 goals to 1, but as Hans Wolf generously said, out goal was wider than theirs, so it wasn't quite fair. The time came, and all too soon, when the game was finished. The cake and the tinned meat had long since run out, and we knew it was all over. I wished Hans well and told him I hoped he would see his family again soon, that the fighting and we could all go home. I think that is what every soldier wants. On the other side, Hans Wolf said, take care, J. Macpherson. I shall never forget this moment, nor you. He saluted and walked away from me slowly, unwillingly. I felt he turned to wave just once and then became one of the hundreds of grey-coated men drifted back towards their trenches. That night, back in our dugouts, we heard them singing a carol, and singing it quite beautifully. It was trial Nash silent night. Our boys gave them a rousing course of while Shepherd was we exchanged carols for and goodwill, a time I will treasure as long as I live. Dearest Connie, by Christmas time next year, this war will be nothing but a distance and a terrible memory. I know from all that happened today how much both armies long for peace. We shall be together again soon, I am sure of it. Students, these are the vocabulary words. This junk shop, a shop selling used goods. Renovate, restore something to good condition. Lid, top of a container. Trench, a long narrow ditch. Crisp, fresh. Parpet, a low wall. Cello, musical instrument. Here, what was the significance of white flag? What was the color of the German and the British